Well, Siren 2 may be over, but if you wanted to play more of the game, they do have some replay value for you. As I mentioned, they do have time trials. We're going to take a look at what that's about. I'm going to do Shigeru's first mission here. Shigeru's first mission is an easy one. I mean, you don't get many missions as Shigeru, so hey, why not? So yeah, so we can press... Actually, maybe maybe a fun thing. I like fun things. Do you like fun things? I kind of like them. Maybe, not that. Why don't we change the voice to Japanese while we do that? Yeah, we haven't actually heard any Japanese voices. We've been doing the English track. So, we can listen to how some people might sound with their Japanese voices. Okay, to do the time trial, I'm going to press square to accept the mission.
Shiku, Lito 04から県警。Lito 04。さすがに今度は緊急じゃ済まんだろうな。嫌なっちまうな。すまんな、朝子。
So we have to reach the road to Huya. The time limit is 2 minutes. Not too much going on in this level. But Shigeru's voice, in Japanese, we heard it. I'm going to assume that the voice acting probably overall is probably a bit better in Japanese. I didn't have too much of an issue with the voice acting in the English voice acting in this game, but some of it did sound a bit odd. Now, I probably don't have to mention to you that some levels are easier to do in the time trials than others. This particular mission, not that hard. He sees some Shiryo, wondering what they is. Why did I say it like that? Anyway, we tired. Our stamina is low. We run through. "30 seconds to go," but we're at the exit. Mission accomplished. Congratulations! No sight check and no retry. How about a Japanese cutscene? Let's do it.
Daijoubu?
ずっと寂しかった。私待ってたの。私を助けてくれる。私と一つになってくれる人を。
誰だ？
君こそ誰？ここで何してる？
よかった。助かった。ほら。
そっちの人どうかしたの？
大丈夫？ちょっとやめてくださいよ。嫌がってるじゃないですか。おい、何なんだよあんた。いい加減にしろや。伊沢さんさん。あれ
I will say that Mamoru's Japanese voice sounds more protagonist-y, more main character-y than the English version. You know, actually, one thing I do want to hear in Japanese is this cutscene. Actually, the hardest mission when I was trying out time trials, I think the hardest one was fighting Takoyaki. Because trying to do it in that amount of time is difficult. Like, you have to take your time with him, and trying to rush doesn't really work. So I'm going to do mission 2. I want to hear this cutscene in Japanese.
苦しんでいたのがそうみたいな。悪い夢は早く覚めないとな。
Voices are quieter in the Japanese track, I think. Alright. Let's... Oh, what am I doing? I didn't actually activate time trial mode. Well, that's not a good thing. I pressed the wrong button. Well, that's fine. We can just skip the cutscenes. Alright, time trial mode. We have to press square specifically to do it. Now it says the time is in the upper left. It's 2 minutes 30 is what we have to beat Arashigo. That was quick. Out of range. It's kind of right there, though. Wasn't sure if I was gonna die there. No retry. So, in addition to getting these speed records, there are also little qualifiers as well that you can try to go for. You know, if he just did an open fire with that, maybe he just could have sat down and, you know, bought something to eat. I mean, did they use the same money there? Who can say? I did see some people requesting this scene.
Hikariには弱いってわけだ。化け物め。化け物め。化け物め。
All right, I have to defeat Tomoe in 2 minutes 30.
何なんだよ。消えてくれよ。
Alright, let's go say hi to Tomoe. Alright, did it just in time. Let's take a look at some of the qualifiers we have on this. So you can see it says no sight jack, no retry. So I don't know if, I mean, you wouldn't even really have time to do any sight jacking, you know? But that is like a little additional bonus you can get. Let's see. What scene might we want to watch? Now let's watch this one.
自分不安になってきました。本当はこれ夢なんじゃないかって。自分の頭がおかしくなったのかって。
頭に弾丸ぶち込んでみるか。夢なら暖かい布団で目が覚める。もし夢じゃなかったらそれで終わり。
おい君、ちょっと待って。イサムさん、イサワさん。だよあいつ、調子乗ってんじゃねえよ。
I do like Takeyaki's English voice acting. Like, it sounds quite a bit different than the Japanese voice acting, but I think that that VA did a good job. And there's Tomoe in the days before she was a dog.
もう上官とか関係ねえよ。
Oh, what? This is not a time trial. I pressed the wrong button again. Seem to keep doing that. Oh well. Actually, this is sort of turning from doing time trials to watching cutscenes with the Japanese voice acting. It kind of sounds like what I thought he would sound like. Okay, we have 3 minutes to do this one. That seems like that should be enough time. Where'd that gun go? Gun? Was gun dropped? No, the gun is right there. That's weird. I'm not getting prompt to pick up gun. I guess we'll have to do without gun then. Buttons. Push the buttons. right. Well, there goes what we think is Takoyaki as a Yamabito before becoming a Ko Yamabito. Yeah, that one you have plenty of time to do. Kunguratura-chuns. So, what is the fastest level to do, you might wonder? Well, why don't we just do that now?
お父さんのお仕事は宝探しでしょ、僕も宝探し上手だよ。今日もいっぱい見つけた。
そうか。明日はお父さんと一緒に探そうか。
お姉ちゃんも一緒にお外で遊べればいいのにね。
おやすみ。シュ。
おやすみなさい。お父さん、お姉ちゃん、はあ。
All right, go, 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 go. We only have 20 seconds to get downstairs and see Dad. Move those little legs. We did it. We witnessed our father's corpse in time.
お父さん、お姉さん、落ちてよ。お父さん。
We got so many additions there. Oh. Well, actually, maybe we should watch this cutscene. This is the big cutscene where we get a storm, and everyone gets pulled into the island. When the storm begins, look in the background through the window, and you might see a cameo by Odashigo. Now we know who all these characters are.
助かりました。
たまたま行き先が一緒だっただけです。
そうですか。
So, you get the idea of time trials. It's, you beat the game, you want to do something more, play these levels again, try to do them within the time limit. Some of them, like I said, are pretty easy to do. There are others that are considerably more difficult. But I think that's probably enough for our little viewing of the time trials. Let's switch the language back to English. Now, something that you might wonder is there like a reason to do this? Is there any kind of reward that you might get for doing these time trials? And yes, there actually is a reward for doing that. Let's go to the title screen. So you might have noticed that as I've been playing through this, I've always been saving on the second save slot here. And there's this first one that we haven't actually used, and that's because this is the save slot that I've actually been playing all of the time trials on. And when you complete all the time trials, your reward is that you get an additional cutscene for Soji called Unforeseen. Soji rushes into a restroom. He exits with a relieved expression on his face. Behind him, a gas explosion is set off. Okay, so here is the very important cutscene that we get for doing all the time trials.
Yes!
So that cutscene takes place right before this one.
No way. That's impossible.
So yes, Soji destroyed the tower. You might have noticed that we never found out a reason for why the tower collapsed. It was because Soji tossed his cigarette in the outhouse, which caused a chain reaction of explosions, which destroyed the tower. And so that's why Soji's final mission ends with him getting his lighter back from Tsukasa. You wondered what was the relevance to his final mission ending with him getting the lighter. It was necessary so he was be able to light his cigarette, which would result in the tower being destroyed. And also, since I guess this also means that he ate the fruit, right? The laxative fruit from before? From Ikiko's first mission. Which one is that? No, that's the turtle. That is the turtle. Don't want to eat the turtle. Where is that fruit? There it is. Okay. So in Akiko's first mission, it began with a cutscene where she was able to sight Jack, and she saw through the eyes of a Shibito Soji picking one of these fruits off of a fence, eating it, and saying, "Oh, this is my lucky day." Way back at the beginning of the game. I don't know why, because this looks disgusting. I don't know why you would see this and think you could eat it. But it does say here that it has strong laxative properties. So, many hours later, that kicked in, and Soji had to go to the bathroom. So, you know how Siren likes to do, they kind of like to do like a chain reaction of small little events resulting in something big. So Soji found the fruit, he ate it, Eventually, he got his lighter back from Tsukasa, and because of these two things, the tower was destroyed. It also mentions that this has hallucinogenic effects, and I wonder if that's the reason he was able to see Shu's ghost in his last mission. Because as far as we know, he was not able to see ghosts before. But he did see it in that last mission, so I wonder if that has to do with the fruit. See, the fruit ties everything together. The fruit was the key. So you might wonder, did Soji... You might have been asking, did Soji actually have an effect on anything? Did Soji have an effect on the story or do anything in Siren 2? And yeah, Soji destroyed the tower. That was his contribution to the story. And that's our little secret cutscene that we get for doing all the time trials. I don't think you get any... You don't get like an additional story cutscene for doing that final mission on hard. Like that's a mission all on its own. I don't think there's like any additional cutscenes that shed any light on the story or anything if you do that one. But you do get this one for doing the time trials. Soji, a very important character. And there's one little extra we could take a look at. Let me just remind myself which archive item it is. Just like a very small thing that we have not taken a look at yet. There, that one, yeah. The video game console that Mamoru found on the Brightwind. Remember this one? It's the 3G Maniacs from 1982. It can do awesome 3D images, but its sound chip cannot produce C, D, and E notes. Well, when we got this, we got the ability to play a little bonus game called Kunatori's. Look, don't expect too much. They did say that this system flopped. Let's press start button. All right, what is this? So you see that my cursor in the center of the screen. So I can merge my cursor with these Tetris blocks, and then I can kind of shoot it out to like fill in spaces. But the more blocks I waste, the more health I lose. So I don't actually want to waste blocks. I want to be efficient with my blocks while also filling in these spaces. And then once I fill in one space, I can then fill in others. Whoops, I was looking at my cursor and not at the shadow. I have to look at the shadow. That tells me where my shapes will be launched. I can also rotate. Like, okay, there we go. And I can just put one down like that. I have health. Like, that's the yellow meter. Up top, I have little health left. So, like, the idea is to just cover the entire map with my shapes. And, like, that's the idea. Look, they said the system bombed, and I guess there was a good reason for that. You know, that said in the archive item that this system could produce amazing 3D graphics. That's not what I'm seeing right here, honestly. You know, if I bought a system that promised amazing 3D graphics and this is what I got, I'd feel like maybe I was lied to a little bit. Game over. So these other levels is same game. It's like the map is different. I can like shoot like ones like this, but I lose health when I do that. Yep. Looking at my cursor and not at the shadow again. You have to watch the shadow. Now, there's not much going on with the music, but the archive item did say that the system wasn't capable of playing, like, 3 notes. So I don't expect you would get much of a soundtrack from games for this console. And sometimes this happens where, like, I can just put stuff down anywhere. Doesn't last long, but I can just... Oh, there's so many pieces appearing. There's so many pieces. Well, that's Kunatori's. It's not fun or anything, but that's the mini-game that we get for getting that archive item. Like, maybe someone spent like a day programming this just for kicks. I don't know if we can actually get back to the main game from here. Like, you might just have to reset the PS2 to get back. It's not something you're going to spend much time on, but I guess it's part of Siren 2, so that's why we looked at it. Because we're playing Siren 2, and this is part of Siren 2. But I think that's it for this little mini game. Still a bit more to go with Siren 2, a bit more information to go through as we continue on looking at the supplementals.